Hey everyone, it's Dr. Donahue, and I want to pop in today to talk about leading with your mind and your life and how you get to navigate natural healing in a supportive environment. And the reason why this is near and dear to my heart is twofold because I remember when I started natural medicine. Remember, so I was severely depressed as a teenager, and they wanted to give me the medical world what they knew, no judgment, wanted to give me a pill. They wanted to give me the birth control pill for my horrible menstrual cramps. They wanted to give me Zoloft or lithium for my depression. And the truth is just in my heart at that age, I just knew it wouldn't solve my problem. And as a leader in my life and doing what I do every day for patients, my goal is to get to the root cause and solve your problem. Like, solve what you're experiencing. Is it emotions? Like, what are your symptoms? And just really dig deep to get to the root cause. And I do that as a naturopathic doctor with natural medicine. And the beauty is I have so many tools in my toolkit. What I want to talk about today has to do with medicine indirectly, and it's the support that you show up with every single day so that you can do natural medicine. Because what happens in our society in America, I can speak about, and in my patients, like a patient just left a few minutes ago, and their struggle is eating healthy food. Why? Because we've been taught to be on the road and grab a coffee, which we talked about yesterday, or grab like processed foods, or, maybe we'll be like, okay, maybe I will just like eat the sandwich and I'll feel okay. Like whatever the excuse is. And I'm calling it an excuse because if you know it doesn't feel best for you and you don't set yourself up and plan, then it's really challenging for your body to heal. And the truth is it takes 3 months to have your body it'll make small changes when you make changes, but it'll really take 3 months for any of the cells and the body to really get on board. That's why I see patients for month 1, the 3 month, the 6 month, the 9 month, the 12 month, like in 3 month intervals. And of course I see them and connect with them in between all of that. And what I hear so often is, Dr. Donahue, I can't do this. Like, I can't do this nutrition plan. There's nothing on here that I can eat. And, I like to drink coffee every morning and it keeps me awake. And I love to have a glass of wine or with my girlfriends or husband. And it just helps me really wind down. And so the truth is this is a habit that has occurred in your life. And I get it, right? I 100% get it. So when we're making changes, what I say to patients right off the bat is, who do you have on your team? Not necessarily me, because I'm on all of your teams, but who is on your team that is going to help support you? Is it the individual that you're married to? Is it your family? Is it your loved ones? Is it your girlfriends? Like, why are you doing what you're doing if in the medical world you haven't seen the results you're seeing? See, so many people come into my clinic, they sit down in the chair across from me and they say to me, "You are my last resort. Like, I've tried everything." A patient yesterday said to me, "I can't believe you're calling me back. Like, I just don't ever hear from doctors for like weeks on end. And sometimes it's not the doctor that calls me back, it's the nurse practitioner or the registered nurse or somebody within the office to give me the answer to the question. And I'm assuming they spoke to the doctor, but maybe not." Sorry, I regressed a little bit. So what I want to talk about is, in our mind, we're making changes every single day. And so, and when you become a patient of natural medicine, we're actually requesting that you change what you've been doing on a daily basis, right? So maybe you have had pizza and burgers and beer, and I don't know what the traditional nutrition is for you, but your body still isn't loving it, because you wouldn't be sitting in my office unless you just want to up level your health, which I do have patients like that, which I love, right? They're already eating organic, but we tweak some things and we're able to get health. But It's the support. Like I say to the patients, when you leave this clinic, it's the support that you get outside of the clinic that is so important. It's the work that you do outside of the clinic. I'm calling it work, but it could be the challenge. It could be what you're pivoting with. Like, it's the efforts that you take every single day to make the changes that I'm suggesting on your protocol. So when we think about that, I think of, like, let's use the word strategic health planning. So it's understanding, like, your treatment plan that's in front of you, that's been given to you, whether it's through me or a health coach or a chiropractor or a functional medicine practitioner. And they've given you a plan and they're saying, you follow this plan for the next month, couple months, whatever. And over time, you're going to start to see results. And if you don't start to see consistent results, or your symptoms be alleviated or lessened, or you feel happy or joyful, or whatever you're looking at healing, then, let us know, like, reach out to us, right? So you have a plan and we're asking you to follow it. So sometimes the plan can be overwhelming. So is it that you say to the practitioner, wow, this looks like a lot, or you call me or call your practitioner afterwards and you're like, this is a lot. How do I start slow? Which I actually discuss with my patients. Like, if you follow this 70-80% of the time, you are going to get better. And don't think you can go home and completely clean all your cabinets out right now, get rid of all your sugar, get rid of all your coffee. I'm not saying any of this is bad. I'm just using examples. And start fresh. You can't do that in a 24-hour period. You can certainly try, and many patients do, but I don't want to see you fail. So I may suggest, like, if you're not eating a protein at each meal, for example, how you could do strategic planning is, what's my protein? What's my vegetable for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? And just really think about that. Or maybe there's certain supplements or herbs that I'm suggesting you to take. Maybe add in a couple at a time so that we see what's working, what's not working. Maybe something disrupted you. So my point of this is saying, like, you have this health plan and who's there to support you? I'm 100% here to support you. But who else is it on your journey? Like, what voices do you need to hear? What leadership do you need to set up in your life? Because the truth is, we lead our life every single day. And if we feel like we're failing, then we're going to give up. And I don't want you to give up, because you know what? Your health and your energy levels and your mind is what God put you on this earth with. So if you're not able to follow the plan, or you struggle, like, where is that going to take you? So if you're struggling with a plan that I've given you, or a plan that your doctor's given you, please type the word struggle, right? And we'll reach out to you and see if we can support you. And maybe I could just give you some suggestions. If not, reach out to your practitioner. So why did I want to talk about strategic health planning, and why is it so important to have a supportive environment? Because when you wake up in the morning and you're just feeling like there's this dark cloud over you, and you say to yourself, I can't do this any further, who's there to lift you up, energize you, and be like, yes, you can? Or who do you text, or who do you call? And this is what I call fostering your supportive circle, your tribe, as Lori Harder called it, because I read her book, Tribe. And it's like, who is in your tribe or your circle? Is it your church family? Is it your husband? Is it your wife? Because the more that we surround ourselves with these individuals that can support us and be there for us when we're falling. You see, I fall too. And I have people that I reach out to. I have my own coaches. I have my own naturopath. I have my own chiropractor, physical therapist, massage therapist. Like, I have people I reach out to, and I have an amazing supportive family. So if you're not getting the support you need, and you are not surrounding yourself with this community that actually is doing natural healing as well, I want to ask you, how can you start to cultivate that? Like, who do you know that is creating the life and the healing and the wellness that you're like, wow, I look at that individual and they're radiant. Or, my boss suggested that I do this and she's doing it. She's on this health journey. Go in our office or his office and have a conversation. Like, start to circle yourself with these individuals. What I want to say is, one of the reasons why I started Pocket Doc is so that I can be part of your cultivated community. You can hear my voice. I teach, like, maybe I trip up in a day and I share that experience because I'm not perfect. Or maybe, like, I didn't want to get out of bed the other day and do my workout, but I do. And I walk you through what that looks like. I have my nutrition on point right now, but I can certainly talk into that because there's years that I played with sugar. And the month of September and the month of October is all about sugar. That's what I'm talking about. Because I want you to have, or you get to have and create a healthy body and start to remove sugar, because there's so much coming down the pike right now, and we're stepping into fall and winter months, and those are our highest infectious months. Those are the months that we struggle. And if you don't have a really strong immune system and a strong community to deal with where we're leading to next, it becomes a struggle for you, right? Like, or you feel lonely. How many feel lonely on your health journey? Type lonely. Like, I don't want you to feel lonely, because I remember what it felt like. I was 25 years old. My friends were going out to bars, they were dating, they were eating nachos, they were like living the life. And I would go out and I'd be like, can I have a sparkling water? I mean, I drank a little bit here or there, but I really didn't feel like it was good for me. But I wanted to enjoy like everybody else. So there were times when I felt lonely. However, as I started to feel better, I had my colleagues when I was in corporate look at me and they're just like, wow, you look amazing. Like, what are you doing? Right? What are you doing? Like, you should teach this. You should talk about this. But that was back in the 90s. We didn't have this opportunity. And this is why I show up for you guys and how I show up. And I'm just so passionate. Like, people need health more than ever right now. If you need health, type the word health in the comments and let us know, or reach out to info@simplehealthnh.com. Let me put it in the chat at simplehealthnh.com. Or you feel like you can connect and you need like Pocket Doc, like join Pocket Doc, because so many people are getting such great results. And I meet with you once a month so that you can ask me questions. I can't do customized treatment plans on it, but I can certainly guide you. And let me tell you what, I remember being in your shoes when natural medicine was new to me. And I remember being like, oh, you can drink skullcap tree, you can drink passiflora, you can drink hibiscus. And I'm like, what is all this? Right? What is all this? Of course, I know what it is now, but I did not know what it was back then. And so I just know how important my tribe was and how important it is now. Like, I have specific friends, naturopaths, and other friends that are involved in health. And thank God my family believes in the power of healing and the ability for the body to heal itself. So I am grateful for that. And you get to create that as well. And I want to help you create that natural wellness circle, that motivation that you have inside of you, and empower you and be there with you, because I am so passionate. The pharmaceutical companies are making millions and millions of dollars, and you're not feeling like your best. How many of you have showed up at your primary care physicians and you don't feel right? You don't know what is. Maybe you have like a pain in your joints, or you're bloated when you eat, and all your labs come back and they're like, there's nothing wrong with you, Sam. There's nothing wrong with you, Maria. And you're like, oh, I was just hoping this one time one of these lab results would come in abnormal, so I know what's wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with you. But what gets to happen is different ways of your being and your mindset and showing up for yourself and your nutrition. Like, because the truth is our world is not a healthy place right now. And I am so passionate about this because I was once there, like you are right now. I still struggle sometimes. I still am like, oh gosh, how could I even build more muscle? How could I even burn more fat? Like, what does that need to look like for me, right? So I hope you're all enjoying this. If this is hitting home, put home in the comments. Like, because that's my goal, to show up live for you. So the last thing I want to talk about is overcoming your personal barriers. See, we have internal barriers that say, I can't, I won't, I'm not able to, I can't afford it, it doesn't make sense, I don't know where to buy that. We all have these excuses, right? And and if we don't set ourselves up for success, and like we talked about this strategic health planning, and know inside, like Mel Robbins says, give yourself a high five in the mirror and say, you're beautiful, I love you, and you can do this. And set your intention for the day instead of setting your intention up for failure. Like having gratitude and looking back on the day like I do and say, wow, this went really well this way. How is this moving, right? This went here, oh, that didn't go so good, how could I do it different here? This is all in addressing my internal dialogue and what I might be speaking to myself. Like, we get to change that, and that's how we talk about leadership in our life, and knowing that we have it inside of us internally to move forward. The external challenges are what we talked about a lot earlier. Like, nobody in your friends is actually like on board. They're not eating organic. They just believe that they take some sort of pill and they're fine, or I don't know what it is, because everybody has a story, right? I don't know what that story is. But when I started, again, back to your tribe, when I started, and I still look every single day and I think to myself, who else can I surround myself with that can help me up level? Who else can I bring into my community and support each and every one of you? Because you get to have health. So from an external standpoint, how do you get to create health and realize that from an external environment, and from getting the foods and the nutrition or the supplements or the specialty testing that you need, so that you know where your imbalances are and your strengths are, so we can create actionable strategies to transform these roadblocks and get you into stepping stones, and know from an external environment that you can do this. That is key. Is this all making sense? For those of you that are online, please message me, or those that are listening to the recording afterwards, please let me know, because our time is valuable. I can never get time back, but my time spent with you is what God put me on this earth for. I am so passionate. I study this every day. I show up every day in my clinic with my patients, and you get to have quality health as well. So let's recap what I talked about today. So I'm setting up for my next patient right here. We talked about the overall message here is leading with your health in mind and navigating natural healing in a supportive environment, not showing up where somebody's like, that's not going to work. And if you do that natural supplement or you take that homeopathic remedy, that's not going to work, right? You get to create people that are going to support you. So the first one we talked about was strategic health planning. Understanding the importance of, maybe it's meal prep, maybe it's knowing what your plan is and knowing what you can change. Maybe you change one or two or three things a week so that you get consistent with your health. Or maybe you haven't been exercising at all and you implement walking once a day. I don't know what it is, but think about how can you strategically plan your health And if you need support and you want that extra support, join pocketdoc.com. Like, you will get me in your back pocket. Messages like this, not only where you have to go online and you have to find me on YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn, but that you'll actually get this in your pocket. Creating a supportive circle and tribe. That is so important, because the people that are like, you can't do that, it's not going to work, there's no research around that, it's not going to get you to where you want to go, just quit now. No. You get to cultivate that environment that supports you, because part of healing is mental and emotional. And if you're stepping up for your mental, emotional pieces and connecting to those that are doing it, hello, you're on board, you're on track. And last thing is overcoming personal barriers, addressing your internal and external challenges that prevent you leaders from prioritizing your health and taking those actionable strategies to transform those roadblocks into stepping stones. So this live stream was all about teaching you as leaders, empowering you with insights and tools in order to maintain your journey consistently and naturally. Consistency in healing is key. And guess what? If you get off track right now and at 12:30, 1 o'clock when you had your lunch, you didn't choose your best choice, your next meal you get to step in and have the power and say, I've got this. Or if you missed an herb or a supplement that was on your plan, your next step is to get on board that next day, right? So I love each and every one of you. I have a patient waiting for me. Please comment. Let me know any questions. I put info@simplehealthnh.com. Reach out to my team and we'll support you. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Blessings. And you get to have a healthy holiday. So don't forget to look out for my live summit that's coming up end of September and end of October, where I'm going to have amazing speakers show up for you. And then we're going to do a challenge. So don't miss out. I'll see you soon. I will talk to you all tomorrow unless something comes up. It sometimes does with patients. And again, I love you. I pray for all of you every single day, and you get to live in a healthy body and a healthy mind and have an amazing life showing up in your leadership the best that you know how. I'll see you later.